We're going to start on our mat. So come down to sitting on your mat and then come into the relaxation position. We'll take a moment to get ourselves lined up correctly and pelvis in neutral. So thinking about the feet and the knees hip width apart. And have the position of your feet so that you can feel the same amount of weight all around the foot. So there's no more weight going into your heel than through the toes and the ball of the foot. So your feet should feel really lovely and light. So let go of any tension in your thighs, both at the back and the front. Make sure your buttocks are switched off. But you can make a very gentle connection, just enough to say hello to the lower abdominal, transverse abdominal and pelvic floor. Have that sense of your spine lengthening away from the pelvis, feeling nice and open between your shoulder blades at the back, but also nice and open across the front of the shoulders and the chest without the rib cage sticking up. So just gently connect the base of the rib cage into the mat. And you often feel some of your other abdominals making a gentle connection there, which is great. Just gently lengthen your arms by your side, just gently drawing your shoulders away from your ears, but without creating any tension in your hands. Lengthen your neck away from the shoulders and soften your face, especially your jaw. Make sure your tongue isn't stuck to the roof of your mouth. And then stay for a couple of breaths before we start any movement, trying to get your breath deeper than your chest, right down into the base of the rib cage. But still keeping everywhere nice and relaxed and released. And then we're going to do rib cage closure, where we're bringing arm movement, but combining the arm movement with the breath. So the breath is the main focus. So as you start your in-breath, you raise your arms above your chest. And when you change to breathing out, you bring your arms above your head, but again, without arching the back. So don't lift the rib cage off the mat. Have that sense of your arms reaching way above the head, shoulders staying away from your ears. When you breathe in, you bring your arms back above your chest. When you're ready to breathe out, you take your arms by your side, keeping open across the front of the shoulders. So nice, long, deep breaths. So breathing in to bring your arms above your chest. And breathing out to reach your arms above your head. Don't worry about reaching the floor. The arms will go further back once everything starts to release around the shoulder blade. When you're ready to breathe in, bring your arms back above your chest. And breathing out to take your arms back by your side. Let's do a couple more of these. Really opening the breath up now. Really feeling that ribcage expanding on your in-breath still. And finish that out-breath and have a sense of energy traveling up your arms beyond your fingertips. Breathing in to bring your arms above your chest. And out to take them back by your side. So let's go into arm circles now. So keep your in-breath until your arms are all the way above your head. So really nice deep in-breath. And then breathe out to take your arms out to the side, as near to the floor as your shoulder socket will allow, right into your hips. Breathing in to bring your arms all the way above your head. Again, don't arch your back. Keep that rib cage connected into the mat. And circle your arms out by your side. So do 3 more in this direction, and then we'll reverse the direction. Still thinking about your alignment with your knees. So just check your knees are still in line with the hips. They haven't wandered out or in. And with each circle, you maybe can take your arms a little bit further behind you without any extra effort. We'll do 2 more. Still using your breath. So I'm going to change the arm circle direction. So as I breathe in, I stretch my arms out to the side, circle above my head again without the shoulders coming anywhere near my ears. Try and bring your arms really near your ears. And then breathe out to bring your arms back by your side, staying open across the front of the shoulders. And we'll do 3 more. Stretch your arms when you first start that circle. Ribcage staying closed into the mat. Staying open across the front of the shoulders as you bring your arms by your side. And I'll do 1 more circle. So now we're going to do the leg slides. We're just going to do a couple on each side, just to remind ourselves of all those very little minute points that make a leg slide a little bit more than just a normal stretching the leg away. So I want you to put your hands on your lower abdominal. So just check that you're using that muscle, that the pelvis stays in neutral. Remember when you slide one leg, I'm going to start with my left leg, that I'm not going to transfer any weight into my right foot. So imagine you've got that chocolate eclair with lots of squidgy cream under your right foot, so you don't transfer weight. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, engage your core, keep your pelvis in neutral, and slide your left leg away, just very lightly along the mat. It's a little bit jerky if you haven't got a sock on. And as you stretch your leg away, the pelvis has stayed exactly where it is, back in neutral, and this right knee has stayed in line with my right hip. So stay here, take a breath in. As you breathe out, engage this lower abdominal, really feel that muscle working. Gently draw the heel back, get the big toe down when you can. Don't lift the heel and keep the big toe down. So you're drawing your foot back flat, very lightly on the mat. And now we're going to swap legs. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Engage your core. Don't transfer any weight into your left foot as you gently slide very lightly along the mat your right leg away, keeping the pelvis back in neutral, stretching that leg away. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, engage this core. Feel this muscle working. Don't put any weight through your left foot. Your pelvis doesn't move so much as a millimeter. Keep the foot light and flat, and at no point do you lift the heel as you bring it back in. Do 1 more in your own time. So take a breath in, breathe out. I'm engaging my core. I'm sliding my left leg away without putting any weight through my right foot. Keep the toe down as long as I can, and then obviously eventually the toes have to come off, but I'm keeping my pelvis back in neutral. I take a breath here, breathe out, engage the core. The hardest thing is people tend to lift their heel just at the last minute. So the foot is just sliding back very lightly without lifting the heel. It's the core drawing this foot back into place. And I'm going to do 1 more on my right, breathing in first. Breathe out, engage the core, no weight being transferred to my left foot. As I slide my right leg away, it's a little bit jerky without a sock. Lengthen that leg without the pelvis losing neutral. Take a breath in. Breathe out, engage the core, and draw that foot back with the big toe making connection as soon as possible and the heel not lifting at any point. So now we're going to do the starfish, where we do 1 leg and the opposite arm. So all those principles of the leg slide stay in place. Don't suddenly start taking your big toe off or losing neutral. And then we're going to take the opposite arm again without lifting the rib cage, just like we did in the rib cage closure. So have your arms by your side. I'm going to start with my right leg and my left arm. Take a breath in. As I breathe out, I engage the core. I slide the right leg away at the same time. I bring my left arm up. I'm trying to get to my end position at the same time. Take a breath in. And on this in-breath, stretch your arm and your opposite leg away from each other. And on the out-breath, you engage your core. Don't transfer weight into your stationary foot. And bring both back and see if you can get them to finish the movement at the same time. So we're going to do 3 on each side. Take a breath in first. Breathe out. Engage the core a split second before you move. Sliding my left leg away now and my right arm. Again, my pelvis hasn't dipped down onto the left side. It's stayed in neutral. Stay here. Breathing in, stretching my arm and opposite leg away from each other. Coming back on an out breath, engaging the core a split second before I start to move. So just keep going at your own pace. So it's a simple movement, but by keeping your foot on the floor, on the mat, as long as possible, especially when you're drawing it back, you work that inside arch of your foot. So you're not digging the heel into the mat, otherwise you'll cramp in the back of your leg. It's so light. A nice deep breath in, stretching away. So even though it's not very much of a muscular stretch, you're getting a nice fascial stretch across the body. 1 more on each side. Holding it on an in-breath, stretching away. Drawing back nice and lightly. And last one coming up. So it's very gentle core work as well with the leg slide, but you are waking the core up. And then bringing my arm and my leg back into position. Excellent. So we're going to wake up a bit more of our abdominals. We're going to do a version of the spine curl. But we're not going to start with a pelvic curl. We are going to lift from our core here. So we are taking our spine up pretty much in one go. Have your arms by your side. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, use your buttocks, squeeze your buttocks and lift straight up from here, coming up to the tips of the shoulder blades. Stay up here for a breath in. As you breathe out, you're dropping from here. So it's actually your bottom that touches first. So we're not curling our vertebra down in the same way as a normal spine curl. And you should feel all your muscles working very gently. So take a breath in. As we breathe out, use the buttocks straight away. Use your core and lift. It's like someone is lifting you up from here, coming all the way up to the tips of the shoulder blades. Stay up here for an in-breath, and as you breathe out, then lower from your buttocks, drop that pelvis, and then release everything else. Let's do 2 more like that. Take a breath in, breathe out, use your buttocks, lift straight up from the buttocks, lifting the pelvis so the spine is pretty much staying, and the back is staying as one unit. Stay here, take a breath in. As you breathe out, then drop, but keep everything pulled in here. And drop the buttocks down. 1 more, take a breath in. Breathe out, use those buttocks, use your core, lift from here. Stay up for a full in-breath, and as you breathe out, then lower from here. Keeping that pelvis just tucked under, but not a full spine curl. So you should have felt the buttocks and a gentle engagement in your lower abdominal and also your other abdominals. Okay, so let's do a little bit more core work, and we'll use the spiky balls or the tennis balls. So whichever one you want to use, I'm going to put one under each buttock. If you don't have any problem with osteoporosis and you've got you don't have 2 spiky balls or 2 tennis balls, then, but you want to use your stability ball, then you can do so. So make sure that the balls you're using are right under the fleshy part of your buttock. And then using your core, so again, you're keeping this pelvis in neutral, you're going to come into a double knee fold. So use your core. And you should feel that you're really resting and sinking those balls into the fleshy part of your buttock. So we're going to do some toe taps, some heel taps, and then leg up to the ceiling and lower. Again, always working from this lower abdominal, keeping your shoulders relaxed. So on an out breath, you engage the core, you drop one foot down until the toe just touches the mat, and then you breathe in to bring that knee back above the hip. And you just alternate each time. Remember, the movement is coming from this hip joint here, so you're not moving behind the knee. The angle behind the knee stays exactly the same. And when you're on these spiky balls or tennis balls, you feel like you're getting a little bit of massage into your buttocks, which is really nice feeling. So keep the shoulders relaxed. Use your out breath to drop the toe down, in breath to bring the knee back above the hip. Just going to do 10 in total, so it'll be 5 on each side, but alternate. And again, you're not dipping down on one side with the hips. Shoulders stay relaxed. And I'm going to do one more on each side. So just to check you're not using your arms, let's bring our arms above our chest. Let's flex our feet and we'll do heel taps. Now you have to go a little bit further. So you're not just dropping your foot down, you're still keeping the leg in exactly the same shape, hinging from that hip joint. Use your core to bring that knee back up. So for all of us who've got really used to using a stability ball, it's actually you get quite a lot of work when you're not using a stability ball. You mustn't lose neutral, obviously, so pelvis has got to stay exactly where it is. There's no movement in that pelvis whatsoever. It's staying in that position. Keep the thigh switched on, off, keep the core switched on. And do 2 more on each side. And last one coming up. And then hug your knees into your chest for a bit. Okay, and then bring your knees back above the hips. Let's keep our arms above our chest so that we're not tempted to put any pressure through them on the mat. So now I'm going to breathe in. I'm going to point my right foot up to the ceiling. So I'm getting a nice stretch behind the knee. I'm keeping the right knee above the right hip as I lower the left leg. You can only need to lower it a few inches, or you can go as low as you feel that the pelvis can remain in neutral, and then use your core to draw that leg straight back up to the ceiling and bend back into a knee fold. And then we'll alternate, stretch behind the knee first of all. So the leg that's not doing any movement, that knee stays above the hip, the foot stays softly pointed, and the shin stays parallel to the mat. So you still have to use your core to keep that alignment as well. Keeping the pelvis back in neutral. And we're going to do 10 in total. Again, alternating. It's good to alternate with these, otherwise you tend to find a fixed point and you're not constantly challenging your core. And the lower your leg goes, the pelvis does not come with you. You're keeping the pelvis in exactly the same position. And do one more on each side. And then hug your knees into your chest. And then using your core, come out of your double knee fold. And take the balls away. Okay, so we're going to keep one of those balls. We're going to come to standing. So first of all, let's come to sitting first of all. Either roll yourself up or come onto your side to sitting. Or if you've got any osteoporosis, come onto your side. And then sit nice and tall and keeping a nice straight back. Just come over your legs. Hold onto your legs wherever you can reach. And lengthening from your lower back. Bring your body over your legs and get a good stretch in the back of the legs and into the back. Focus your breath into the back of your rib cage here. And then walk your hands back up your legs and sit nice and tall. Okay, so let's come to standing. You can not use your arms, or so much the better. And we're going to do a foot massage with either our spiky ball or the tennis ball. So you get more of a purchase if you're not on a squashy mat. So I suggest you come on to the floor. And we're going to do one leg at a time for a couple of minutes. So get your ball underneath one foot. So we can still keep the principles of Pilates where we keep strong in our other leg. So let's start our massage on this foot. So you're strong in your supporting leg. You don't have to sink into this ball, so use that length in your spine. Keep those muscles nice and engaged and elongated. It's good balance work for this leg. You're using this buttock, the buttock of your supporting leg. And if you've got a spiky ball, you can get into every single part of your foot. So you get right into the tips of the toes, under the toes. It's not so easy to do the tips of the toes with the tennis ball, but you still get a really good massage on the foot with the tennis ball. So use this time to really give yourself a good massage. Right into the heel, all along the inside arch, around the ball of the foot, under the ball of the foot, on the outside edge of the foot. Still standing tall, nice long neck, soft face. Okay, so take that ball away, pick it up and just close your eyes and clock into your body just for a moment, just to notice the difference in the side that you've done and the side that you're about to do. And also notice how far up you get that feeling. I feel very tingly right up into my hip actually, all the way down my leg. Sometimes I even notice up into my shoulder blade. So let's do the other foot now. So be strong in your supporting leg, still keep nice and long in the spine, both through the front of the spine and the back. You can press on this ball as hard as you like or as gently as you like. A gentle engagement in your core. Right up into my toes, dig my toes in, almost squash the ball between my toes and the ball of my foot as well. Really use that foot as much as possible. Okay, just a little bit longer. Okay, so pick up your ball, close your eyes and focus in on your body, and hopefully you feel nice and open on both sides now. So not only are you getting a good massage to the fascia of the foot, you're really stimulating all the nerve endings that run up through the fascia into the rest of your body. So let's put this ball to one side. We're going to do a little bit of balance work. We're going to do some toe raises with some arm circles. So I know we did this in yesterday's class, but it's always good to really challenge your balance and keep the ankle strong, both evenly on the inside and the outside of the ankle. So with your feet hip width apart, keep that gentle engagement in your core. Bring your heels off only as far as you can keep your big toe grounded into the floor. Breathing in to stretch up, and then breathe out. Roll down through the foot, just slowly through the ball of the foot, then the arch. Once the heels are down, just do a little sitting squat. You're not sticking your bottom out, you're just squatting straight down to the heels, and you get a nice stretch in your calf and your Achilles. So breathing in, rise up. So only come up as far as you can keep the big toe grounded, and then circle your arms around by your side, not rolling onto the outside edge of your foot. Keep those knees hip width apart. Don't let them roll in or out. So let's do a few more of these. Breathing in. Whoops. Stretching up. Circle your arms back round by your side. Only when the heels are down do you do your squat. Challenging yourself each time to see if you can go a little bit higher without your big toe coming off. And let's do 2 more this way. And 1 more. And then straighten the legs and bring the heels together. So squeeze those heels, use your inner thighs, use your pelvic floor, and use your buttocks to keep those heels glued. And we'll reverse the arm circle. As the arms come up, the shoulders stay down. Roll down through the feet still. And now when you bend, the knees are going over the big toe. Squeeze everything to keep those heels together. No gap in those heels whatsoever. And down. And we'll do 2 more. So just go at your own pace. Stretching on up. Up, 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 up. And rolling down, keeping that big toe grounded. Straighten your legs and bring your feet back to hip width apart. So do a little bit more balance work now. So I'm going to get my weight through my left leg. I'm going to keep strong on the inside of my left thigh and use my left buttock and bring my right foot off. And I'm going to do some ankle circles on my right ankle. So this keeps strong on your left leg. Use that left buttock. You can have your arms out to the side if your balance isn't great. Keep a gentle engagement in your core. And then put the foot down, back up, in line with the hip. So transfer your weight. Before you bring your other foot off, get strong in your supporting leg, inside thigh and buttock especially. And you can just bring the foot just off the floor or bring the knee up in line with your hip. And we'll do some ankle circles on the left ankle. reverse the ankle circle. And then with control, put that foot back down. Excellent. Okay, take your band. And we're going to do the arm raises with the band. So start with a reasonable amount of slack between your arms. Your arm stays straight at all times. The band stays lightly between the thumb and the first finger. And you're not adjusting your body here, you're just getting the movement in your shoulder socket. So breathe in to bring your arms above your head and just slightly behind your head without sticking out the ribs. Keep the ribs in, then stretch the band away. Bring your arms away from each other, keep your arms straight and bring your arms down by your side. Then you take your arms away from each other, you're keeping your arms straight at all times. So don't adjust your head, bring your arms all the way up and the band over, and then you bring your arms by your side. So have as much or as little slack between your hands as your shoulder sockets will allow. So if you have a shoulder problem, have lots of slack between your arms so you're not having to stretch the band so much. And only go down as far as, again, the shoulder sockets will allow. So you've got a shoulder injury, then just be aware of that. And then bring your arms back by your side. So the breathing is breathing in till your arms are above your head. And then as you breathe out, you take the arms away from each other and bring them down back by your side, behind your back, down by the hips. Then breathe in to bring your arms all the way up and over above your head, and breathe out to take by your side. So we're going to do 4 more. So again, you can tighten this band as much as you want. The tighter you get it, the more you have to stretch your arms away, and it strengthens your arms. Breathing in and out, and 2 more. Breathing in, stretch away, take the arms behind you without adjusting your body. And last one coming up. Stretch your arms away, up, over, back by your side. Good, a nice gentle exercise. It keeps some strength in your arms, keeps that movement in your shoulder socket. Now we're going to do our arm weights. If you want a quick sip of water beforehand, do so. So this is really good weight-bearing exercise, which is good for keeping the bones strong. Again, you can have, we'll do 3 sets as usual. You can have 2 different weights if you find that the strong set, you can't quite do 3 sets without bringing tension either into your shoulders or your neck or your elbow even. So remember, you're not gripping on with your fingertips, use the whole of your hand. So arms in line with the shoulders, turn your palms up as you bring your weights in. As you straighten your arms, your palms go down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Arms out to the side, not too far back. Arms up as they come in. As you straighten your arms, palms go down. So that movement, remember, from the upper arm, not just from the wrist, the rotation. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Into your collarbone and up to the ceiling and down to your chest. Stretching at the elbow. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Arms by your side, up to the shoulders and down to the hips. Without any swaying in the body, Just isolating the arms, keep a gentle engagement in your core, so you keep standing nice and tall. That's 5 out to the side. 3, 4, and 5. So the second set coming up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 out to the side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 into your collarbone, up to the ceiling and down to the chest. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Arms by your side, up to the shoulders and down to the hips. 4, 5, and out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's just give our shoulders a little wriggle. If you're swapping to some slightly lighter weights, now's a good time to do it. So if you're staying with the same weights, just keep working from your upper arm, no tension in your shoulders or your neck. Last set coming up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Out to the side, up and in, straighten and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 into your collarbone. Make sure you're not gripping on with your fingertips. And as the weights get a little bit heavier, make sure you're straightening at the elbow. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Arms by your side. 2, 3, 4, 5, out to the side, shoulders down as the arms come up. Work those upper arms. 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Put your weights down. And we'll give our arms a nice stretch. So bring one arm out to the side, then draw it across the body without the shoulders coming across. Just pull this arm across from above the elbow, but keep this shoulder down and draw the shoulder back as you pull it across in the opposite direction. Just try and get that stretch at the top of your arm and shoulder here. And then let's do a tricep stretch on this side, either interlinking your fingers behind your back or just pushing your elbow up to the ceiling, no arching in the back, so tummy in, hips forward, try not to compromise the neck either, and just reach that bent elbow up to the ceiling to stretch behind the arm. And then let's do the other side. I've got to bring this arm a little bit higher because of my microphone, but keep the shoulder down, draw the shoulder back. And then do a tricep stretch on this side, interlinking your fingers if your shoulder socket and arm allows. Or just getting that, whatever you do, just get that elbow up to the ceiling as much as you can, as a straight line as possible. And release. Good, so we're going to do a bit more weight bearing work, and we're going to come into 4-point kneeling on the mat. So get yourself into good 4-point kneeling to begin with. So the hips above the knees, the wrists below the shoulders. And we're going to go into a plank, then we're going to do our long downward dog stretch, then come into the short downward dog with our walking on the spot. But we're getting into it from the plank position rather than rolling down. So remember, like the tabletop, you've got to keep the back absolutely still. Imagine you've got that tray of glasses on your back. So you use the core to come into your plank. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, pull in your core. Take one leg away, tuck your toes under, then you, without lifting or dipping in your back, come into your plank with the other leg. From here, push off with your hands, bringing your hips up to the ceiling, your head down towards the mat. Drop your heels towards the mat as well to get a gentle stretch in your calf, and get a really good stretch here. And then with as little swaying as you can, come into your short downward dog. Head between your arms. Again, the hips going back and onto tiptoes with both your legs before you bend one knee and stretch the other heel to the floor. Come onto tiptoes with both legs straight before you swap over. Especially this first set, take time to get that heel onto the mat. Don't just lift it straight off, just hold it there for a count of 1 or 2 to stretch behind the calf, behind the heel, into the Achilles. We're just going to do 6 of these. And then come onto tiptoes with both your hands, then drop your heels, walk your hands back out, and then come back into 4-point kneeling. You're not necessarily coming straight down into a plank. Just take your arms a little bit further until you can drop your knees and they end up under the hips. So let's just come sit back on our heels and just do a wrist circle here. So you can either be on the flats of your hands or you can be on your fists. We're going to do 2 more of those. So come back into 4-point kneeling. Never sinking into your wrists. Use your whole body to keep away from the wrists. Alternate the leg you start with when you come into your plank. So engaging your core. So come into your plank. Then come into your long downward dog stretch, reaching your heels to the floor. Hips up to the ceiling. Head towards the mat. Then walk your hands back into your downward dog. Back onto tiptoes. Head between your arms. And do 6 alternate walking on the spot, coming onto tiptoes each time. So you always come up to straight legs behind both knees to stretch behind the knees. And then when you've done 6, see how much you can get both your heels towards the floor. Walk your hands out a bit further, and then you can drop your knees back onto the mat and you're back into your 4-point kneeling. Let's do 1 more. Breath in. As you breathe out, engage the core. Don't move the back as you come into your plank. Then come into your downward dog. Heels stretching towards the mat, head towards the mat, hips up in the air. Then walk yourself back into your short downward dog, up onto tiptoes. And do your 6 walking on the spot. And then come onto tiptoes with both, and then see how far you can get both your heels to the mat. Walk your hands just a tiny bit further away. Then come back into your 4-point kneeling. Come to sitting on your heels and just do some more wrist circles. Well done. And if you can do a few, clench your fists and release your fingers. So from here, we're going to come and lie on our front and we're going to do the dart. So remember, when you lie on your front, don't have your chest compressed up towards your throat. If you want a little head cushion to keep your nose clear of the mat, then you can put this head cushion underneath your forehead. Your toes are together, your heels are relaxed apart, and your arms are by your side with your palms up to the ceiling. So make sure that you start in a completely released way, no tension in the buttocks. When you're lying on your front, just bring your hip bones so they're gently connected into the mat, so you're not arching the back in any way. So remember, for the dart, you're using the muscles between your shoulder blades only. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, engage your core, squeeze your legs together, rotate your arms and draw them alongside, and then lift your chest away from the mat, keeping your back in one long line, lifting the lower part of the ribs, just lessening that pressure on the mat. Stay here, take a breath in, and then as you breathe out, you lower your chest, your rib cage, and then relax your legs, relax your arms. So we're going to do 4 more of these. So breathe in first. Breathe out, engage the core. Squeeze those legs, rotate the arms, draw them down by your side, and lift your rib cage off the mat, the base, just lessening that pressure. The chest will come off. The neck stays in line with the back. Staying up for an in-breath and lowering on the out-breath. So your back is staying in one line. There's no movement at the neck. Always release completely before you go into the next one. So your legs stay on the mat, squeezing, lengthening in one direction as your upper body lengthens in the opposite direction. No arching in the back, tummy staying pulled in. And then release down. Take a breath in. Breathe out, engage the core, squeeze the legs, rotate the arms, draw them by the side of your body. Lift using the muscles between your shoulder blades. Stay up here for an in-breath. And then lower on your out-breath. 2 more. Breath in first. Always keeping that core engaged to protect your lower back. Always lengthening your spine away from the lower back. Lessening the pressure on the lower part of the rib cage, chest coming off, neck staying in line, and then bring down 1 more. So just check you're not making any separate movement at the neck. As your upper body lifts off, then the neck and the head come with you. Excellent, good. So come to lying on your back. And hug your knees into your chest. And get a good stretch this way. And then come into your double knee fold. If you've got your feet back on the mat, then come into your double knee fold from there, or else just bring your knees back above the hips. So we're going to do a little bit more core work now. We're going to do the single leg stretch legs without the curl up. It's really important you keep this pelvis in neutral still. So put your hands back on this lower abdominal so you can feel the muscle working, and you can just check that your pelvis stays in neutral. So you're going to lengthen this leg on an out breath and start with it high. So stretching behind that leg, and then use the core to draw the knee back in. Let's do 1 more on the other side. On an out breath, using this lower abdominal to maintain neutral pelvis, lengthening from the upper thigh, and then draw back in. So depending on your core strength, you can start to lower the legs a little bit lower, but this pelvis does not move, and use this core muscle to draw the knee back in. So it's up to you how low you stretch your leg away from you, but the pelvis has to stay in neutral. See, even though you're not curling up, you're using your core muscles very effectively. Draw back in. We're going to do 10 in total, so it'll be 5 on each side. Stretch. It's like you're pushing a child on a swing, remember to get that sense of elasticity in your stretch away from your pelvis. And draw back in like a piece of elastic. Stretch away and ping back in. One more on each side. Shoulders staying relaxed. Just work from the core. Last one, draw back in and then hug your knees gently into your chest. And then come out of your double knee fold. And get your band, take your band again. We're not going to do the full stretch, set of stretches with the band. We're just going to do the first 2 on each leg. So wrap the band around your right foot. And have a reasonable amount of tension on your band. Keep straight behind your knee, flexed foot. Elbows can just relax on the mat so you're not bringing any tension into your shoulders. And use your band to draw your toes and the ball of your foot down towards your body and lengthen away through your heel to get a really nice stretch through the back of the leg, back of the calf. So with keeping this tension on the band, keeping your foot in line with your leg so it's not coming into your midline, point the foot, really pointing it and then flexing it as much as you can, reaching away through the heel. So the band acts as a resistance, so stretch it away with as much tension on it as you can manage and then flex it. So we'll do a few more of these, seeing how far you can point your foot away and then get as good a flex as you can. And then I'm going to do one more. Point as far as you can and then flex as much as you can. So now working from the outside of the ankle, turn the sole of your foot in as much as you can, keeping straight behind the knee. If you're not getting much of a stretch here, just take your leg just literally a couple of inches across the body, but still keeping straight behind the knee. Really turning that sole of your foot into your midline as much as you can, so the outside edge of your foot is up to the ceiling as much as you can. Then bring the leg back above the hip and then swap over. Bring the left foot up, or the other foot if you started with the left, dropping your right foot back down in line with your right hip. Back to having your elbows on the mat, straight behind the left knee, flexing the foot as much as you can, but make sure that the big toe is in line with your shin and your knee. It's not in your midline. And then keeping that resistance on the band, keeping the foot straight. The foot doesn't turn in or turn out as you point and flex. So watch your alignment here. Really pointing the foot as much as you can, just stretch through the front of the foot as much as possible and coming back and reaching away through the heel as much as you can. Staying straight behind the knee at all times. I'm going to do one more. And then when you're back to a flexed foot, working from the outside of the ankle, turn the sole of your foot right inwards. If you're not getting much of a stretch of the leg above the hip, then just literally a couple of inches across the body, but don't bend at the knee. So keep turning that foot in from the outside of the ankle, so the outside edge of your foot is up to the ceiling as much as you can. Keep relaxed, keep your breathing nice and gentle. Get a good stretch here, keep straight behind the knee. And then bring your foot back above the hip, bend the knee in, and take the band away. So back to your relaxation position. So we're going to end with just a few neck rolls, and you can either keep your head just on your cushion, or if you prefer, and you've got a little ball, one of these balls here, you can put that behind your neck. At the same time, if you wanted, you could put your spiky balls or your tennis balls underneath your buttocks. Might as well get as much work out of this as we can. So I'm going to put these balls, tennis balls, spiky balls, under my buttocks and then do my neck rolls at the same time. So let's keep ourselves nice and relaxed here. Really just allow your pelvis and buttocks to sink into those balls and your head just to relax completely, either on the mat, the cushion, or your ball. And then just turning your head to one side, keep your shoulders away from your ears, keep your jaw relaxed, your face soft, get a nice stretch in the neck. And when you come back to the center, you don't have to lift your head, just roll your head to the other side. Again, make sure the other shoulder doesn't start creeping up to your ear. Keep your jaw relaxed and face soft. So we're going to do a couple more on each side, but I'll let you do it at your own pace, because if you've got one side that's slightly tighter than the other, you can stay here for an extra breath. But just keep your whole face soft, just rolling your head from side to side. You don't have to lift it at all. Each time trying to go a little bit further with your rotation. Do once more to the other side, keeping my face soft, keeping my shoulders relaxed, just getting a really nice stretch in the neck. And then coming back to the center, I'm going to take my ball away. I'm going to come off the balls. So again, to come to sitting, either rolling yourself up or come onto your side to come to sitting. We'll get one more stretch over our legs to finish. So come to sitting right on your sit bones before you bring your body over your legs, keeping your back as flat as possible, stretching from your lower back, holding onto your legs wherever you can reach. Keep straight behind the knee. Let's stay here for a couple of breaths. Really make a nice deep breath into the back of your rib cage. Feel that rib cage expanding as you breathe in, but keep the shoulders relaxed. And then walk your hands back up your legs to sit nice and tall. Well done, everyone. Thank you very much.